Hey guys, Daddy Zeev back with you today to show you a rune overview. So this is for the game Spellbreak if nobody's familiar with it. This is a new Magic Battle Royale game that just released September 3rd on all four platforms, PC, Nintendo, PlayStation, and of course Xbox. So why don't we go ahead and jump into it. Here I am in the practice zone. If you're not familiar, this is the spawn island as well before you're launched through portals into the arena. Going on over here, we have 7 runes that are currently in the game. And once again, there is a rarity progression from common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. What this does actually is as it progresses, the cooldown is lowered and typically the duration is increased. Or let's say for teleport, it allows you to move further, I believe. I could be wrong on that one, but it's just an idea of what could happen. So all these runes, I'm going to go through the names of them and then I'll go through them individually using them. We have the teleportation, the wolf's blood rune, the flight rune, the spring step, feather fall, dash, and invisibility. So starting with the invisibility, I'll pick up the legendary just because that's going to be the fastest way to get the cooldown done. Invisibility is simple. It cloaks you. Now, can an enemy see you? If an enemy is nearby you, they can see a distorted view of a bodily figure, which would allow them to try to hit you. So if you are using invisibility, try to use line of sighting, LOS, and be sneaky about it. That's the best tip I could give you just starting off. So moving on, we have the dash rune. The dash rune is very simple. It does exactly what you would think it does. It dashes. But one thing you do need to know about the dash rune is directional movement is applied. So if I move right and dash, I move to the right in my dash. This is very useful because you can use back. You can use diagonal dashing. So you need to keep in mind your keybinds are very essential because if you can't move right and dash at the same time, then you're limiting yourself. But this is also a very cool 3D on the Z-axis. You can either dash up, and then you can, of course, also ground pound by dashing down. So that is something to think about with dashing. Play around with it in practice so you can get the best feel for it because it does have a little higher skill cap than, let's say, invisibility, but that's all it is. Moving into Featherfall. Featherfall is a unique rune because, man, it's really weird. it gives you a lot of exposure, but the thing is that makes you actually very vulnerable. I'm going to run over here real quick to just level up my Frostborn skills so that I have my icicle hovering. So Featherfall allows you to have a lot of exposure so you can see where everyone's at, right? If you're a sniping class such as Frostborn, it allows you to identify and then hit them real nice. Let's say if you're fire can really rain hell if you're above. But the thing is, you need to keep in mind with Featherfall is as soon as you activate a spell, you fall. So if you just want to use it as a quick jump, you can do that. All you have to do is activate the rune and then cast an auto attack and it'll get you out of it almost instantly. It's a nice little way to get around without wasting your mana for your levitation. So that is the Featherfall rune. We have the Spring Step rune now. Spring Step is similar to the dash, but sort of a jump. So I'll show you real quick. It's very good for mobility. It has a low cooldown. It has a very nice acceleration to it. You know, so levitating slow, running slow, and then spring step. You know, it's almost a sprinted a sprinted dash that allows you to jump really quickly. The next one is the Wolf's Blood. Wolf's Blood's actually, it's not too hard to show in here because we do have some dummies around the map. On the mini map in the top right hand corner, you can see the yellow arrows. Those are the enemies. If I use Wolf's Blood, you can see through the walls. You can see where the enemies are. But another thing is Wolf's Blood increases your running speed. If you go in your inventory, you can see your rune in the middle. If you hover over it, you can see the ability information in the bottom right hand corner. The legendary Wolf's Blood rune increases your run speed by 4. So, just to give you a perspective of what that means, a common boot has a run speed of 1. A legendary boot has a run speed of 5. So, if I pick up a 1 and pop this, I now have a run speed of, what was it, of 5, which is a rarity of a legendary. I'm running with a legendary boots while I have that activated. Now if I grab the legendary boots, I have a run speed of 10. And there is actually a talent that allows you to increase your run speed by 3, I believe, if you take damage, which would only increase your run speed to 13, but that is an immense amount of run speed. So, final rune is actually my favorite, the teleportation rune. It has one of the longer cooldowns, and there is a way to trump that, but which I'll probably show in another video. But the teleportation rune is actually one of the most finicky ones because it's all about placement. If I hold it down, you can see this emission of light, and that is, you're going to be teleported to the base of it. Now, it can be tricky because sometimes it doesn't place. See how it's not placing right now? I'm vulnerable. If you're running away from somebody, it can be very bad because you're trying to escape and you can't get out. So you're trying to teleport and you're wasting your time doing that, and they'll probably land the kill before you can actually do it. So sometimes it's best to just drop it. But this is the teleportation rune. It's very simple in the concept, but very finicky with the touch. So if you're not familiar with it, do get in a practice or a game and play with it so that when it really comes down to it, you got what it takes. So that's it, guys. Those are the 7 runes that are currently in the game. There were 2 that were just in the beta that they took out, Shadow Step and Chronomaster. Hopefully we'll see those return. But if you guys have any comments, comment below which runes your favorite, which ones you think might be really good and how you use them, what elemental class is good with what rune. Drop a like if this is information that's been beneficial to you, and of course sub if this is something that you'll like to see in the future. You can stop by my channel and see what new videos I'm putting out to keep you guys updated and knowledgeable on the game, to make sure that you're the best battle mage that you can be stepping into the arena. So thanks again for stopping by. This is Daddy's Eve. Everybody have a good day.